How's that? Did that work?
Yeah, it worked just
Okay.
hunky-dory.
Hunky-dory. Hunky, I don't know. Dory is from, like,
The fish movie.
the fish movie
Yep.
called Dory. And what's hunky from?
I don't know.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ignore the Backlog episode number 16. Pretty sure.
Yes.
My name is Real Portz, and that other voice is Evil Space Bunny. Bunny, how you doing?
I'm good. How about you, Ports?
Fantastic. Except my memory.
I mean, we've been doing this for so long.
Oh my God, we're old people at this point.
A whole decade. Is it too
Yeah.
late for fuck. Decade jokes?
Millennium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. I fucked it all up.
Millennium Falcon.
That joke's dead. Next.
Yep.
What did
There's probably some others we could kill.
can we kill dad jokes?
No, my dad's still alive, so it'll be at least until he's dead.
Luckily, my dad doesn't do them. My dad,
Yeah.
I love him.
I'm not kidding.
Mhm.
I hope he hears this. It's my stepdad's. It's 98% of his personality.
Really?
He loves them. Oh my God. And it's the problem is, it's like the first time you hear it's funny. So like you introduce someone new to him and they're like, oh, he was hilarious. It's like, no.
No, that's just
He's
who
been
he is.
telling the same ones for 8 years. Okay.
Oh, shit. That's the worst.
Yeah.
The literal worst. Yeah.
Yes, I understand. If you only meet him once, he's maybe one of the best comedians ever.
No.
Because he's been working on the same material for 8 fucking years.
Oh, my God.
Love you, buddy.
I'm lucky that my dad is like he's not good at delivering stuff. And like, I don't know where me and my brothers got our humor, because my brother Phil, he has a really dry sense of humor. And he could say anything with a straight face. And he used to fuck with customers when he worked for me. And, but yeah, and I kind of got the same sense of humor, because my dad can't deliver a joke. And my mom, I love her, but she's not a fucking comedian or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, my dad will try every once in a while, and then he just laughs awkwardly, and then it just makes the joke really weird.
Yeah. my stepdad does a weird thing where if the joke doesn't land, he'll be like, I thought it was funny. And it's like, yeah, no shit you did, Dad. Of fucking course you thought it was funny, because you let it come out of your mouth. That's the only case where it does come out, is if you think it's funny.
Well, duh.
Us, and the reason you're saying that right now is because it isn't funny. Oh, no. This is going to be the one episode he hears.
Yep.
I haven't revealed this to him. I should have. I should have been an honest son. I haven't done it.
He's gonna be like, son, I'm disappointed in you, and then you're gonna be like, no.
Yes, I strive so hard for my parents' approval. What the fuck have you been doing this week? How are you doing?
I played so many fucking video games.
Oh my God. Do you think you play? Hold on. Do you think you played more video games than me?
Yeah.
Do you think you played more video games than me?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see.
Okay,
we'll see.
let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna blow through a couple of these really quick.
Yeah. Just like prom night. Get it done.
Yeah, like prom night, real quick. I played Fury. Still banging my fucking skull against that game. It's still amazing as fuck. I played this new little indie game called Bunny Park. It's adorable. You collect bunnies. It should be a mobile game. Whatever. It's adorable though. Very addictive.
Yeah.
You click on coins, and anyway. Tried playing fucking Gato Roboto. I still can't get past everything moving and the screen moving constantly, and it makes me want to die.
What do you mean the screen moves constantly? What does that mean?
Like everything's slightly animated, so like the border will like wiggle, and like they made the wiggling border.
Even though there's no movement.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I gotcha.
And so like your eyes get used to movement. Like when you play FPSs, that's one of the things you look for is movement and stuff. And so since your eyes get so used to the movement that you stop looking for it, and then I fucking would jump into things since everything's black and white, it's kind of hard sometimes to see what is what. Like,
yeah, it's hard to distinguish, what's moving because it's moving and what's moving because it's the art that just wants to fucking move.
Right. And it's like super frustrating, and like I want to play it so bad, but
what makes you want to play it so bad?
Because I like cats. It's a cat in a robot suit, dude. Like, it's like everything I've ever wanted. And
except it's nothing like what you want, obviously.
I know, it's so bad. I started playing Hotline Miami because I played another game that's similar to Hotline Miami, and I beat that game this week. But Hotline Miami, I started that again, and I actually need to finish it this time.
Oh, you haven't finished it? Okay.
No. I played Graveyard Keeper because I would like to listen to murder shows while I pretend to be a gravekeeper and bury bodies, or I get mad at the bodies and then I throw them in the river. You know, it's no big deal.
Okay.
Okay. So
which of those have you actually beat?
None of those. So I'm going to go into the ones that I did beat.
Okay.
Well, I did play Cuphead, but I haven't beaten it yet. I'm at like 80%. I'm like so close. So fucking close.
Like one more streamy thing?
Probably not, since I'm slamming my head against these two bosses right now and I'm stuck. Yeah. Like a fucking idiot. So maybe a couple.
Wah, wah.
I don't know. So the 3 games that, well, there's 4 games that I really want to talk about. 3 of them I beat. I played Inside, and I've played Inside a couple of times, and I never actually finished it. And I finally sat down, I'm like, I like this game because it's very 1984's Orwellian, kind of like this weird side-scroller. And it's like a 3D side-scroller platformer puzzle game. And the thing about it is, you're a little boy, right? And you're trying to escape this compound, and this game has a way of making you feel utterly helpless like that little kid, and it plays on all of the things that you're fucking terrified as a child, like the darkness, bright lights, water, fucking dogs, and of course people. And you're getting, like, I've never gotten to the end, and there's 2 endings, and I saw both of them, and it has no good ending. Neither one of them. And they really both fuck with you. And I don't want to spoil the ending because I think you should play this game. It's a short game.
By good, do you mean objectively good, or do you mean like good or bad? Like
good or bad,
like
as
feels
in
good
happy
or feels
good.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So both endings really fuck with you mentally, and they just hit you.
I love that shit. Yeah.
So
give me that shit.
This is one of the games that I kind of want to recommend to you. And
okay.
It's not a very long game. There is one part in the game where it reminded me of just how small we are, because like he gets in this little submarine and he deep dives, and all of a sudden the screen expands into this like huge ocean within this like vicinity of this like factory thing that you're like laboratory thing. And it was like kind of really terrifying for a second. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh, just like they do the scale really well.
Yeah. And it was like really, really cool. And I liked that moment. And then there's this other moment where I've never felt so much anxiety from a video game. And you're playing Simon Says. It's the most intense game of Simon Says I've ever played in my life, and I'm like freaking out, and I'm like on the edge of my seat. I'm like, please God, don't fuck up, just don't turn. What do I do? Do I jump? Do I turn around? And this little fucking robot's following you and monitoring you. If you take a step too much forward, if you don't step fast enough, or if you don't start walking, it's gonna monitor you, and then eventually it kills you if you fuck up. And I was just like, oh fuck, I hate everything about this. But like, The ending, one of the endings actually, like, just fucking soul crushed me. And I was just like, oh, God, I hate everything and everyone. And I went on Twitter and I'm like, how am I supposed to feel again, guys? How am I supposed to do this? But...
Did anyone have any answers?
Everybody's like, oh, that game is so good. I'm like, yeah, it's good, but how do I feel like a person again?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it was rough. The next game I played was Katana Zero. This is one of the games that I picked up from the Gaming Awards. So like within the first 5 seconds, it says 9 days remaining. And I know you haven't played Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, but one of the things is the 3 days remaining. And I'm like, what the fuck is going to happen? Is the moon going to come crash into me? And so I start playing this game, and I'm instantly annoyed because you can't skip the text or you can't make the text any faster without sounding like an asshole. So it actually gives you, like, your text is all timed. So as they're talking, you have a thing that you could say, but it's the most dickish fucking thing that you can ever possibly say. It's like somebody's talking to you, they're like, shut the fuck up. You know? And it'll interrupt their text, and then it will change the style of what the character's going to say next to you. The NPC's going to say next to you.
That's awesome.
It's really cool. And I used it every once in a while when I felt like it was necessary or was appropriate, when I was like trying to get information out of the bad guys or something, or like my therapist in the game. Yeah, you go see a therapist.
There is a much smaller version of this in Fallout 4 where if you're in the middle of dialogue with somebody and you press the skip dialogue option, it's not really explained or addressed in universe, but your character sort of does a like they're trying to rush you through the dialogue, and it was like, I love that little touch. But this going this far, like where you actually have to interrupt them, is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's actually really cool, and it like works out. And so you start getting into the game, and it's kind of like Hotline Miami, where you have one life to clear the screen, right? And or one hit, basically. You can't get hit.
Right.
And so you have one hit, and it was like super addictive. You have the slowdown thing where you slow down time, and you could deflect bullets because all you have is a sword, and you could grab objects and you could throw them at people and stuff, and it's really, really fucking good. Plus, the fucking music, man, is so goddamn good.
I agree. The one thing I have experienced from Hotline Miami is the music.
But this is Katana Zero, so it's it's still by Devolver, so
the comparison is there. Is it the same type of music or no?
Yeah,
really.
it's still similar kind of music and stuff like that, like super fast paced, just like bumping.
Yeah, Katana Zero I've never heard of until you I think you mentioned it briefly last night, but Saturday, whenever Pobo was.
Yeah. And so the music was really good, and like, but you go see this therapist. This therapist gives you drugs, and he's like, "You're doing so good," and it's like,
what a good therapist.
Yeah, I know, right? And slowly throughout the whole thing, you just keep fucking just slaughtering people because they get in the way, and it slowly just becomes this fucked up thing. And at some point, the therapist asks you. You must really like killing people because of your sociopathic tendencies. And I was like really taken back at that moment. I'm like, I don't see my character as a sociopath. He's super chill. He talks to this little girl. He helps this little neighbor girl all the time. And I'm like making him this nice character. And that's when the character that you're playing takes over. And even if you change what you say, because like I said, no, I kill people because it's necessary. It's part of my job. Right. Instead, the character changes that and says, yes, I do like killing people. And I was like, oh, my character is a fucking psychopath. And I was like, I wish I never helped that little girl, and I want her the fuck away from me.
Jesus Christ.
And then it turns really bad, and you start bashing in the skull of your therapist at some point. And I stopped, and like he's beating the ever living shit out of him on my screen, and I grabbed my notes, and I'm like, that's when I realized this therapy wasn't working, and drugs are bad.
Damn, That's crazy.
And then the worst part is the game lifts on a cliffhanger. It ends on a cliffhanger. It literally says to be continued.
Okay.
And I was pissed. I have to wait for the next game.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
But there is one thing in here that I did like. There was a couple nods to little things, like there's a Silent Hill reference, there's a couple other little references, but there's these two characters in there that fuck with you in your sleep. I don't know, I'm assuming they're hallucinations because you're fucking slowly going crazy because of the drugs they're giving you. Yeah. And one of them has a comedy mask and a drama mask, and they remind me of the twins from BioShock Infinite, where they ask you really weird fucking questions.
The test twins, yeah.
The test twins. And that's basically what those guys were.
That's cool.
I'm going to kill my neighbors below me, by the way. They're banging on the floor. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Let's see. I played this other game that I'm just going to touch on that I beat really fast. And it's another one of the fucking... the Gaming Award fucking games that I picked up called Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Oh, yeah. It's a mobile game, right?
It should be a mobile game, yeah.
I think it is, but like it's on other platforms too.
Yeah, and I picked it up. It's really cute. The music's good. And the one thing I didn't like about this was if you fuck up, it goes back like fucking 5 or 6 beats. Yeah. To where the music, so like I can hear the same phrase like 6 times if I'm trying to do something tricky.
Oh yeah.
And it's like really annoying. And like in Katana Zero, if you died, the music just kept going.
Didn't that win something at the awards?
I'm pretty sure Katana... I think both of these games all won awards. That's why I picked them up.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
And
Sayonara Hearts, what did they win? Like art or music or something?
I think it was either art or music. The music style's really pretty. The art's really pretty, but it's not what I was expecting of a game. I knew it was going to be one of those games where you collect things and you're trying to beat a high score and it's like points, but there's also like these weird little quick times and stuff. I thought there was actually going to be like fighting because it looks like Sailor Moon on crack with tarot cards and like motorcycle gangs and you chase other motorcycle gangs and stuff. But it's more just like a high score game.
Gotcha. Okay.
It was all right. I beat it really fast. It was really quick. I'll probably play it again, trying to get the high score.
And how much was that? How much? Yeah, pick that up.
I don't remember. I picked it up when it was on sale on Steam. But yeah.
Just because it's quick.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
It's super quick. It's super fast. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at you if you picked it up. I think it's like $3 or $4.
Yeah.
Another game I played, but I didn't get to beat, but I kind of wanted to touch on a lot because I thought it was hilarious, was Little Nightmares. It's a horror game.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's pretty cute. And, like, I'm starting to run around as this child in a raincoat, and all I can think of is, where the fuck are your parents?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why the fuck are you on a boat alone and you're not wearing any shoes? Where the fuck are your parents? And then you slowly, like, fucking realize that you're being like harvested by these giants and there's all these other little kids locked up in cages and shit, and it was really fucked up. It's like this cute fucked up game, and it's just scary enough to where like it'll get me to jump, but it's not to the point where I fucking want to turn off the game.
Right.
So cause like sometimes that happens to me.
I mean, I guess it lives up to its name, huh?
Right. Little nightmares, not big nightmares.
Yeah. Not gigantic, over-the-top nightmares. Just little nightmares.
Little nightmares.
Little itty-bitty nightmares.
The last game, I know. I told you I played a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't fucking believe me? Told you it. Fucking too many hours this week. This other game I beat on stream, it just came out last week, called Light Matter. And it's a puzzle game. And the floor is lava. Basically, anything that's a shadow or dark on the screen will kill you. And you'll just sink into this, like, gravity pool. And so you use the light to get through and, like, solve these puzzles and stuff like that. It's a lot like Portal. And, in fact, with Valve's blessing, apparently, because I joined their Discord after I beat the game. And I started talking to the devs, and a lot of other people were asking similar questions as me. But they had Valve's blessing to basically say that this is in the same universe as Aperture Science and Half-Life. Like, all those...
Damn, Valve just doesn't give a shit anymore,
Valve doesn't give a shit, but it's also kind of cool because, like, if we get more people like this, maybe Valve will pass on the reins and let more shit, like, into the universe. And so there's all these nods to Aperture Science in this. Like, he talks to Cave Johnson at some point, and you know, there's the Virgil, he's the CEO of the company, and he's like talking to you the entire time as you're basically trying to escape. And there's like speculation that you're not a reporter, you're not, I forgot what else. Oh, like some like inspector. You're actually a spy of Aperture, is the speculation among the...
It's like a competing company or something?
Well, you're Aperture Science. You're a spy for Aperture Science, spying on this company.
Yeah, so that company is like, would be competition probably. That's cool.
Yeah.
I think that'd be dope.
Yeah, so I think it's really cool. I think that's why Cave Johnson...
I sort of like Valve's approach to like the looseness of it, because like the Half-Life shit and the Portal shit could easily be in the same universe, but they're never going to seal the knot, but like they're never going to be like, nah, they're definitely not.
I think they are in the same universe. I think they're just different times, because he has talked about Aperture Science in the episodes. They have talked about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You need to play those episodes, buddy.
I played the first one. The second one is on my list. I might even play it this week.
Do it. Do it and you'll be so mad.
Probably. That's fine.
Anyway, I know that was really long. I'm sorry, but
no, it's fine.
For those that don't...
So we should...
oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Do you want to talk about... Let's talk about the...
competition.
Before we get to my games, the competition. Like, why did you play so many fucking games this week, Bunny?
I played so many fucking games because me and Portz are competitive motherfuckers, and we decided to challenge each other to end our backlogs a little bit by seeing who could beat the most many games. Who could beat the most games?
Yep. Too many words in that sentence.
Too many words falling out of my mouth. Who could beat the most games in the year? And so we're gonna like try to throw games at each other that we've beaten already this year, and so, or in the past, and I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I think it is gonna be fun. When we started that, it was like a Friday or some shit, and some Thursday maybe, but we had both beaten 2 games, so we were tied when we created it, right?
Yeah.
And we just got excited about it. So it happened this week. This isn't like a back deal that's been going on the entire time. It's just like we just decided to 16 days or whatever into our fucking January that we're going to compete for who can beat the most games. Now, I have a couple rules for myself.
Yeah.
Just to... We have rules like it has to be new to us, like we can't have beaten it before unless it is a remaster of some kind. Because that's fine, you know, like whatever. Especially since most of them we played when we were fucking kids anyway. And it's like, you think you remember the whole fucking game? Yeah, right. So that's just fine. But the personal rules I have for myself are like, I'm not gonna just go out and find all the shortest games because I don't want to hate gaming. You know, like I don't want it to become like an achievement hunt situation where I'm just playing all the shit that I possibly can to get the most gamer score because gaming points matter a lot, and gaming becomes a chore. I'm not going to do that.
Right.
So I'm mostly sticking with what I have and what I'm interested in already.
Right.
I was joking about picking up Sayonara. It's like, it's a little tempting because it's so short, but I know for sure I would hate that game, so I'm not going to do that. There are, of course, games that I'm not that interested in that I'm still playing because I own them already, and it's like, I might as well see what they're about. But yeah.
No.
Competition mofos.
I'm excited. And then you guys will have to compare.
Me too.
We'll make a list. We'll keep a list, and then we could compare each other's list, and then you guys could compare your list to our list.
We could even count the, like, go off like the how long to beat, like see who wins in hours, because it's possible.
Oh
like,
yeah, we could keep track of that too. Yeah.
I think that I want the main thing to be the game number, but I mean we could have obviously subcategories and shit like that. But yeah, I'm excited. It's got me more excited about games than ever.
Right.
And like every game I sit down to play, like there's a newfound purpose to it that is super liberating to just play video games. Because like oftentimes I'll get home from work and just like putz about and like I'll do a bit of this here and like YouTube, Reddit holes, suck up my life. So this has made my gaming a lot more focused and I'm enjoying it a lot.
Right. And like I haven't been trying to go to those comfort games that I usually just boot up because they're there and like I play them so long.
I didn't play Dota at all this week.
I barely play Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like it's kind of nice because it did force me out of my bubble. Like I don't know when I was gonna play Cyanide or Wild Hearts. Like
yeah.
But I was like, everybody recommended it to me recently, and I'm like, you know what? I have it already, and I bought it on a whim. So I'm actually gonna sit down and play it, and I did, and I just it was entertaining for me at that time. Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
a little buzzed, you know.
Dope.
It was perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's super fun. Obviously, not everyone should just play video games forever, but I'm having fun with it. Mm-hmm. And okay, so the games I played this week, if we're done with the competition explanation, mm-hmm. is okay. There might be some I did play that I didn't write down because I only wrote down the ones I beat.
Oh, look at your Steam list or whatever.
That's true. I can do that. Mm-hmm. So, but just to start off, the first game I beat after we had that conversation is a game called Wolf, the Red Hood Diaries.
Oh, how did you like it?
I think it's got some, how should I say, potential. But it's fundamentally kind of a trash game.
Oh no. So right up your alley.
The art is very, very pretty. It reminds me of like Alice in Wonderland or Alice the Madness Returns.
Yeah.
It's not that dark, but it's like it's sort of like they use colors in the same way, and it feels a little bit like that. But the gameplay is so shallow. It's so shallow.
Oh, no.
And they're missing like a lot of basic. It's a platformer first and foremost, a 3D platformer. They're missing a lot of basic stuff in that genre, like strong visual clues for what to do next stuff like that. So it's very linear, so it wasn't that hard to figure out, but there were a couple parts where I'm just like throwing my character in the direction of something that looks like a platform. Some of it like looks exactly like a platform, but is not technically an object in the world, so you just fall through it and you just have to guess on the next one. Oof. So there's some bullshit with it. But it's like it was a very short experience. It also had a continued thing. They were supposed to continue it. I think they stopped continuing development. So I don't think we'll get part 2 or whatever was supposed to happen.
Bummer.
But the narrative was okay. It's like your Red Riding Hood, but it's like this realistic take on it where it's like your dad works in a toy factory and you don't really know your grandma, and you like your dad dies a year before this game takes place, and it opens on red going, you know, I'm gonna figure out what happened to my dad. You're the Wolves, or no, you're the Hoods. That's your last name, and then the company your dad worked for was Wolf Toys, and so it's Mr. Wolf is the bad guy, and it's a little like cheesy, and they definitely tried to make it their own, but it was like you did it in like the most half-assed way possible. Just named things the thing from the story, but it was all right.
Right.
I'm glad I beat it because it was on my list. I bought it a long time ago. I was like, maybe I'll stream it because it seems like a B tier thing. I don't think it really fits B tier because I think it's like mostly not a very good game and not that many redeeming qualities about it. Other than the art. The art's very good.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that was Wolf, the Red Hood Diaries. The second game that I beat was a day later, and it was called 1111 Memories Retold. Now this game is, I don't know where the fuck I got it. I got it on a Humble Bundle.
Yeah.
That's where I got it. I have so much shit that's like unredeemed on Humble Bundle because I just forget to look at it. I'm just like, my money's going to charity and shit. Who gives a fuck? And then every now and then I log in, I was like, I have that game? Or what the fuck is that game? This was a what the fuck is that game to me. And I've never heard anyone talk about it before, but it is from 2018 and it is like it plays a little bit like an adventure game, but very, very basic. There's hardly any gameplay. It's almost like a Telltale game, but slightly more annoying. The art style is super. There's probably like a name you could associate to this kind of painting, but it's the very abstract, like stars in the night. Fucking what's that? God damn it, Van Gogh.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know that stars in the night fucking.
Oh yeah, Starry
painting?
Night.
Starry Night. Yeah. Sorry. It looks like the whole game looks like that if it was animated, like it sort of moved around, like the motion you're talking about.
Okay.
No.
Oh,
No. It's not done well. It's just a grouped fucking pixels like that move, and it's like, it's really strange. Like the color all bleeds into each other, and so your character is super low resolution, and so is the background, so it all kind of looks the same, and it's the movement without movement thing that you were talking about in a 3D game. So it's like your character constantly has these moving pixels on their shoulders and face and shit, and it's kind of difficult to look at. I understand that they probably had a terrible budget and this was like a way to cover up the rough edges, but it seems like an artistic direction, but it's a bad one, I think.
Yeah.
I don't like looking at it.
Fuck.
So the weird thing is, this caught me off guard very quickly. The main character, one of the main characters' name or voice actors is Elijah Wood, and he's been in some games, like he was Spyro, but he's like in bigger games. This is a $15 indie game by someone I've never heard of. Someone must have known him, was like a cousin or some shit. Like, it's so weird that he's in this game. No one else famous is in it. The story was kind of terrible.
Oh no, really? Like what?
The storytelling is very like kids book, like stuff is like so basic, like what people are saying, so like a kid could understand what's happening. What's happening though is World War I, so I wouldn't want a kid to be playing it. And there is an interesting twist at the end where, so the story is split into two parts. Elijah Wood is this awkward Canadian photographer who goes to war to impress a girl. And the other character is a German soldier who is chasing his son. Like he hasn't heard, he's like an engineer, and he heard like his son's unit was missing, and he went to go find him on the front lines in World War I. Like, that's possible.
Yeah. No.
First of all, it would get him months to get to. Anyway, this scam takes place over like 2 years, 3 years, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so his whole mission is to go find his son, which like noble, much more noble than like gonna go take pictures at the war to make a girl suck my dick, you know? But so both the motivations are a little weird. One is like really noble, but really like question his stability. Like, that's not what a normal person would do. So both characters, like, you're not really rooting for, like, you are kind of, because they're kind of dumb, and you just like, yeah, try to do your thing. But it turns out really weird because they meet each other at some point, and you get the option as the German soldier to shoot the Canadian. And I clicked that button, and like this dove gets in the way and like moves the rifle. And then they both take it as this divine sign that they're supposed to be friends despite the war. And are you getting children's book yet? Because I feel like it should be a children's book.
Yeah. Fuck.
So there's also a cat that gets involved that gets really attached to the German soldier, but the pigeon gets really attached to the Canadian guys, so they have their pallies. And then, you took a picture earlier in the game of your commanding officer about to execute a German soldier. That German soldier was his son.
Oh, shit.
So he finds it, he punches you, goes back to war, because you've both made it back at this point, goes back to war to kill that guy, and then you're given the choice to either go after him or just fucking go home to Canada. It was kind of amazing. Like, the journey that you go on in this game is so boring until this happens. And then you're like, oh my God. Like, I think the game was like 6 hours. I got invested at hour 5.5. It was great. The ending was super stupid. I chose to not go after the German guy because I was like, what? Like, he can just go be with the chick that he loves.
Yeah.
And the German guy is going to go chase his vengeance. I don't give a shit. He's mad at me anyway. Like, he didn't even ask me to explain the photo. Not that I could. They couldn't understand each other. It was a very strange friendship. But so once you're out there, you're given the choice between you're kind of sort of beaten down. Like, the commander wins, like the Canadian officer. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing out here? None of them can understand each other. So they're just having conversations with themselves.
Oh, Jesus.
And so he's like, what are you doing out here? Like, nothing's going to happen from this shit. And then the German like flips it and gets the gun on him. And he's like, look, I have like 18 soldiers. This is 5 minutes before the ceasefire, by the way, before like the war's over. And so you've got a bunch of guns aimed on you, and the game's like, hey, do you want to like give up or shoot this bastard? And it's like, obviously I'm going to shoot him, because otherwise this German dude went back to war twice to find information, firstly on his son, then second time to go get revenge. He's got nothing else. He left his wife for like 5 years to do this shit. He's nothing without this. So if he gave up, he would just either get kicked to death from all the Canadians who are like, no one knows this guy's over here and the war's over, but like, it's not like they have security cameras. Like, I wouldn't feel safe in that situation. So you might as well get done what you came there to do. Right. So that's how my game ended. It was very strange.
It sounds kind of terrible.
I love it in a weird way. Only the last 30 minutes.
Only the last. That's what. Oh, okay. Anyway.
And that's what started, or that's what's special about doing this challenge is like, I knew the game was short, and like, we shouldn't just beat every short game because not every game's worth our time. I already owned it, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't take that long to beat, and then I saw it through, and I found something I never would have. And I love that. That's why I love the B tier shit. That's why I love this shit. Because it's just like something hardly anybody experiences.
Mm-hmm. It's just you experiencing these terrible games.
Yeah.
I get it.
With one redeemable quality. It's got a Elijah Wood in it. Like, why?
I don't know.
Why does that game have Elijah Wood?
Now because it sounds horrible and I just want to experience it.
You should just look up some gameplay is what you should do.
Right. Fair enough. What's the other game you played?
Okay. I played Crisis 1.
Oh, yeah?
You might have remembered I mentioned this like 3 weeks ago or something like that.
You beat it?
And I've been trying to play this game I've been trying to beat it for like 6 years. Like, I just like boot it up. I'm like, first mission. No. And then I'll restart the whole thing because I'm like, I don't remember what the fuck I'm doing. First mission, no. And so I finally got into it. And I was like, how can I beat this the fastest way possible? Well, the game's got powers. One of them is super speed.
Ooh, yeah.
So I might as well just sprint my way through the fucking game. Turns out the game doesn't want you to do that. Even on the easiest setting, you have to use the armor and the stealth. Have to. Absolutely have to. In a lot of sections. So it was not as much of a speed run as I thought it was going to be. Because this game, this bothers me a lot. This game has a reputation of play it how you want. Mm-hmm. You know? It's like it's super open and non-linear and accomplish it the way... No. There are so many sections. If you had been playing stealth this entire time, like no takedowns and shit like that, there are sections that are like eliminate all hostiles in the area. It's like, okay, that's not how I've been playing the game. So don't do that to me.
Yeah, I kind of...
And that's not the game's fault. That's like other people putting that reputation on the game, for sure. I don't remember people like marketing the game that way.
Right.
Maybe they did. Shame on them. But it's like something people still repeat. People that have beat the game think that that's how the game is. It's not.
Yeah, that shit kind of aggravates me too. And like, I don't know. When a game just like completely switches gear, it's in the middle of it. It just... Because like... So when I was playing Katana Zero, you get to play this other similar person like you. He basically is on the same drugs that you are, but he plays a lot differently, and like his slowdown time is shorter than yours. And so like I've been going through this fast-paced fucking game where you literally have to slow down time, figure out stuff really fast, and then execute it, and then move, and then like do it again, basically. And I got forced into playing this other guy for like 5 or 6 screens, and it pissed me off so much because like I was so used to it, and it was so hard to get back into or get into this new flow. And then when I went back to it, it fucked me up still, and I was just like, God fuck damn it, why? It's the only thing that pissed me off about that game.
Yeah, it pissed me off plenty about Crysis. Especially because like if you don't have armor on in that game, if you don't have the armor mode activated, you die in like a couple of hits on the easiest difficulty. Like you are nothing in that game without your suit. So it made it tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I made it through and it was fine.
Beat it. You did it. I'm proud of you.
Oh man, there's so many. There's helicopters in this game that just know where you are no matter what, which is a really annoying thing to have in a game that's 1/3 about stealth.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Bullshit indeed.
So I beat that. The beginning of that game shows amazingly. Like I think it flows really, really well. I have a ton of fun like shooting shit up. As soon as I like recalibrate from the expectation that it's all non-linear and shit like that. No, it's a linear shooter mostly. It's like a bigger map, but what you're doing is linear. There's like side missions or whatever, but I skipped all of them because I don't give a shit. Like you don't level up or anything, so it didn't matter. There's some story bits I missed, but the story's pretty basic. The thing they fuck up is like halfway through the game, they introduce aliens, and that's your main enemy. And aliens are a lot less, at least these aliens, are a lot less interesting to fight because there's no tactics to it. It's like they fly at you or they run at you, and that's what they do. And humans, yeah, they kind of did that, like they'll run or like hide, but even hiding is another dimension that the aliens didn't have. And they'll try to flank from different sides. Like there's way more interesting shit going on, and they're more vulnerable, but there's more of them. So that's a different layer of strategy too. And the aliens just don't have that. So the whole second half of the game feels a lot worse, like gameplay wise.
Yikes. That sucks.
Yeah. Yep. But that was Crysis 1. I did beat it. A day after 11/11 Memories Retold. So 117 I beat a game, 118 I beat a game, 119 I beat a game. And then later that day,
did you start?
I beat Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Wait, Star Wars Battlefront 2? The campaign?
The new one. Yeah, from 2018.
Shit, I have that.
And I only have it through like the Origin subscription thing.
Oh, okay.
But I should have beaten the first one because I've played like one half of a mission from that, and I just like was doing other shit and forgot about it. And then I was like, man, I want something that looks super pretty, like drives my hardware a little bit. And I was like, oh, Battlefront 2 is so gorgeous. And I heard somebody anecdotally say that the single player is fun. which surprised me. And they were right. They're super right. It is very fun. It's not challenging.
Oh, no.
But it's definitely the best fucking looking game you're going to play. I don't know if any game looks this good.
Really?
It's 2 years old, and I don't know if any game looks this good.
Portz, I know you play a lot of shitty old games.
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to play it this week.
Yeah, I don't know. When Last of Us 2 comes out, that'll probably beat it, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Red Dead 2 on PC. Maybe.
Oh, yeah, Red Dead 2 is actually pretty.
I think there's more interesting things to look at in this. Like, it's sensory overload with Star Wars fan service, so obviously I was very into it. Certainly Star Wars has never looked this good.
Nope.
Holy shit. And they do cool shit with it. Like, it's very fan servicey. It's like there's an AT-AT scene where you like hijack one and start running around fucking blowing everything up. And they make it fit in the story, and some of the story connects to Force Awakens a little bit, like precursor to that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's awesome. It was just fun fucking Star Wars time.
Nice. Good.
You get to be all the main characters. Like, you run around for like as Leia for a mission, as Luke for a mission, as Lando for a mission, as Han for a mission.
Okay.
It doesn't obviously have their real voices, but it's good enough.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it was great. Best looking game of ever, maybe.
For you. For you.
Yeah. So that is 4 games to beat this week.
Wow. So you're at what, 6?
I am at 6.
Damn, you're beating me. Okay.
Yep.
Fucker. Anyway.
Yeah. I'm gonna try my best to not check in with you on the number until we do the podcast.
Okay. I'll do my best.
Because I think it's more interesting.
Mock you.
Yeah. Because you don't know what you're mocking. Maybe I have another 6 under my belt. You have no idea.
Don't say that. That's mean. That's mean. Okay. News?
News.
Probably should do this, huh?
Don't hit snooze on this news. Go ahead.
So apparently 2020 is the year of fucking delays so far.
No, don't
yeah, dude, it's kind of fucking depressing. So we knew Final Fantasy VII got pushed back. Now Cyberpunk 2020 is getting pushed back to later this year, September. Dying Light 2 is postponed indefinitely right now. They have no release date.
They didn't have one before either, though. Like but the people who are like indefinitely are fucking wrong. I mean, like, they said later this year. That's about as much as spring.
I didn't think so.
I don't know if it was in the tweet, but it was in the letter thing. The whole
that
thing.
Was in their tweet.
They posted that, right? Yeah.
They said until they feel comfortable releasing the game. So for like, it might not even be this year.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, that's probably a good thing. If they're not happy with the final product, they should definitely, go back to the drawing board. Marvel's Avengers also got pushed back. That was supposed to come out, I think, in April. And then the VR Marvel's...
Did that one have a release date?
An actual date or an actual, like...
Anything.
I think it said spring. I want to say.
Okay.
And then Marvel Man, Iron Man, VR also got pushed back. The Sony project. So.
Marvel's Avengers is September.
Is it September now?
They're just following Cyberpunk.
Why is everybody following Cyberpunk?
I don't know. Why would you want to be anywhere near that release date?
Bad move. Yeah. Bad move. Anyway.
I'm getting nervous. Like, September. Am I going to be able to beat Cyberpunk in the year it comes out? I don't know.
Dude, I'm nervous too now. And
I don't take my time with a lot of games, but that game I am going to be taking my time with.
You're going to take that sweet time. You're going to slowly undress that girl.
Sweet time. Yeah.
Yeah.
With my techno goggles.
It's going to have Keanu's face on it.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's speculation and rumors that The Last of Us 2 might be pushed back. A couple things that they have posted, and the tinfoil hats on Reddit have been speculating that it might get pushed back. I know. We were like all pumped and excited for all these games, and yeah, now they're getting pushed
I'm
back.
fine. I'm obviously like, you're a lunatic if you think they should rush out a game. I don't think anyone holds that opinion.
No.
But for people who are trying to keep up with this shit, it's a little tough having everything in the back of the year, especially when I'm hot on games right now.
Yeah. Right?
So just on a personal level, it's like, not great timing, guys.
It's like, I want to play video games. I need to crank these out. I need to get it going.
Yeah.
No.
Could you build your entire organization around my schedule, please?
Yeah, I need you to release these on time. So you guys ruined my birthday month. I will not be able to play Cyberpunk for my birthday month, and I'm really sad. Anyway.
Yeah. I won't be able to play it for mine either.
Oh, pet my hands. But yeah, so a lot of games are getting pushed back. It's a good thing, like, especially with Cyberpunk. Who does that? CD Projekt. I mean, they did the
Projekt,
whatever, the Polish company. And they did The Witcher, and they did this to The Witcher 3. They released it like 6 months later, and I think they're just polishing it. I think
they know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
For sure, they know what they're doing. Yeah.
And like,
they're trying to train Keanu Reeves how to act. That's what's happening. They got to redo all his dialogue.
What do you mean? He's a perfect actor. He's amazing. He's the best.
I'm kidding. I love him. I think he's a great actor. Yeah. Bill and Ted, he was just young.
Wow. But okay, so yeah.
Point Break. Oh my God, that movie's amazing.
Oh God.
Seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so amazing. I watched that for the first time last year.
Really?
And it was so good. Yeah, that movie holds up like a motherfucker.
I haven't seen it in a really long time. I'll make sure to watch it again.
Yeah,
I even wrote it down.
It's good.
I wrote it down.
Okay. Point Break. It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu. Got it. Good.
Or at least it was last year.
God damn it. Anyway, so remember Stadia?
Doesn't ring a bell. Was that like a emulator hardware? What was that?
I'm going to kind of go into three things right here. Google is actually working to bring Steam to the Chrome OS, which is going to be interesting. Because like if it goes onto, the fucking Chromebooks, maybe they'll actually be better. Because like I have a little cheap one and it's perfect for me because I used it for my recipes. I did it for like when we did inventory at my old job and stuff like that, and I still use it for recipes and bullshit, and when I'm doing research out in the living room.
Sure.
But if we could start like having another fucking OS, like people kind of do it now on the Chromebooks, because you can launch it in Linux. But I think it's kind of neat. And, like, people were speculating that this is going to kill Stadia. But then Stadia announces that they're going to be adding 120 more games in 2020, and including 10 exclusives. So they're finally doing that thing that is going to try to potentially give them that edge. But if you go on the Google Stadia subreddits, they're claiming it's dead, and it's just a huge bitch fest filled with like rage and just like it's saltier than the mines of Mordor, and it's just like super sad. It's the saddest subreddit I've ever fucking seen.
Just we have a extensive correction segment on this show before it comes in, and they are the mines of Moria.
Oh, Moria?
That's okay.
I'm gonna go Mordor just because it pisses you off and it's wrong. Fuck Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry.
I can just hear people tearing their hair out. I don't give a shit one way or the other.
I hope so. It's the one fandom I couldn't get into. I'm sorry. Fucking elves, man.
What's his name? Aragorn?
Aragorn. That fucking king dude. What a nerd. Anyway.
Yeah.
So.
You know he's the king. God, you're such a nerd.
Stadia is going to be adding 110 or 120 games. They're going to be working with their contracts with game developers to get them on launch, like the same with like Steam and like how everybody else gets their game on launch or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have the games immediately, not like these older releases, which is what they had before. So like when it launched and it was like, here's Borderlands 3, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
And, but they haven't announced what the 10 exclusives are going to be. They're actually going to be hopefully announcing that next month at some kind of panel or some bullshit. Along with more stuff about the Stadia Pro. They're really trying with this thing. They're trying super hard.
Yeah, I mean, they probably should.
I mean, they probably should, since they shelled out a bunch of fucking money for it, and then they were like, oh, fuck, we fucked up.
I don't think that's even what they think. I don't think... I think that Google knew what the investment was, and it's in the games industry, and this will exist in some form, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
It might not even be Google that does it, but like I think we talked about this the first time Stadia came up, where I think the first time when after it came out, and I think that it's invaluable to have a company like invest this kind of shit in the game industry, right? Because it lays the groundwork for this to exist in the future. Like the first attempt obviously is never gonna work. So I'm like just glad that somebody fucking pointed it up. And it's exactly. I'm glad that they did it. It's surprising that it's like somebody not from the games industry, although like who even has the money for this? It's like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and is that it? Like Apple could those four. So Google fucking went up and did it, and obviously it does not work.
No.
Like everyone wants it to, but it is the path to the future. Although, and not everyone's future. Like everyone thinks, what, you're just gonna, like, what about people in middle America with no fucking internet? It's like, yeah, it's not for them. Obviously.
Yeah, I know it's not.
Fucking idiot.
Not for somebody
God
like me.
damn. Yeah. So, I'm glad that they're out there trying. That's all.
Yeah, I guess I gotta give it to them for trying. Hopefully it like amounts to something, and like this may be a new way, but they need to fucking work on it a lot. It needs a lot of work. Speaking of something that needs work, and it's my
me.
Oh, do you need some work?
Probably, like as a person.
Like mentally, I can recommend a therapist.
No. Not therapy, just like
is skull, okay?
I'm a basket case, you know. I'm like a not a basket case, like a helpless little homeless dog that's like 1 year old.
Fucking, you're in the pound. Is that what you're trying to say right now?
I should be, but no one took me in.
I mean, you. Fuck. Portz needs a home. To a good home.
I need a home. Yeah. Take me in. I love video games. We can talk about video games.
Video games. Feed me some snacks. Maybe some corn dogs, please. Please to go home.
I like corn dogs. I like corn dogs a lot. I like quesadillas. Anything that starts with a C. Corn dogs, quesadillas.
God damn it. Oh my god.
How bad do you want to correct me?
I want to fucking smash a quesadilla into your fucking face.
Okay.
Anyway, so things that need to be fixed, besides Portz and his fucking English/Spanish. Fallout 76, my favorite thing to beat on. Because it just gives me so much...
It's your punching bag.
It's my punching bag as I stare at my fucking helmet over there, filled with mold, probably. So Bethesda announced that it would be shutting down its only high-end content for now. So they released.
It's only high end, like end game shit.
Yeah, this is their end game shit.
Okay.
So this is the thing. It was like a raid basically. You could go in with like several party members and take down Vault 94 and get a bunch of loot, and it was plagued with bugs worse than the regular world. The FPS would just randomly drop to 1, and it was just a lot of crashing errors and just a lot of shit show. From my little experience with it, it was bad. I couldn't even get past the first area because I couldn't shoot the bad guys because they were invincible or they were glitched or whatever, and my FPS was sitting somewhere at like 16.
Oh, fuck.
It was so bad, and I know I'm not like super high level, but I know I could I had carry at that point, and I was pissed. I just wanted to fucking see it. I just wanted some happiness, and nope. So because so many people have complained about all the issues and the problems, rather than fixing it, Bethesda decided to just permanently disable it for now. They did this with another patch recently where they just disabled everything from it, and they're like, well, we'll put the rewards out in the world. We're not going to tell you where, but just be sure to keep an eye out for when Wastelanders, which is going to be the NPC update, comes out. So they're probably going to like sneak the rewards in somewhere within them.
Oh, so they're not even out there yet.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
No.
So whoever beat it before, it just has a massive advantage over people?
Yeah. If you're able to get through it, I mean, if you're able to get through it, I think you fucking deserve a goddamn gold medal. Because it was just a fucking bad, buggy mess. Like, things wouldn't work, and it was just a sad shit show. And, like, I was actually really...
God damn.
I want 76 to work, and I really do, but it doesn't, and it makes me so fucking depressed. So just another nail in fucking 76 coffin.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's weird because like there were so many stories of like turnarounds. Like Division is one of the first ones I remember where it was like Division was kind of shit in the beginning. Like the game was fine, but the end game was like not very well thought out, and there wasn't that much in it. But I remember it being patched over time. I never played it, but it's just like stories of like this on the just in the ethos of like gaming, like No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
One fucking 80 on that shit. Like it just went completely the other direction where people are like, it's way, 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 way better now.
Right.
It's still not a game for me, but it's like the stuff I hear, the anecdotal shit I hear is that it's fucking like playable now, and it's kind of in the realm of what people want, and the people are enjoying it, number one. And you don't just hear constant bitching about it. Sea of Thieves, I don't remember that game having that happen to it. I think that game just kind of died.
No, it totally did have that happen to it.
Did it have
it?
Really?
Well, I mean, nobody's playing it right now. It definitely needs an update. Fucking work on it, Rare.
Right.
Because I love that game. I had so much fun with it, and then like.
I know people liked it, but the big thing was like there's just nothing to do in it. Like once you do a thing or two, you've played the entire game basically.
That's how it was at the beginning, but now they added all like the fishing and like the quests
and
like the books and stuff like that you could go collect, or you could collect all the lanterns and stuff still. You just gotta fucking find it.
So yeah, No Man's Sky, that game, Division. There's a big one I'm not thinking of.
Diablo 3, even, I would say.
Diablo 3 absolutely had that. Yeah, Diablo 3 was fucking dog shit in the beginning. And then, a number of things fixed it. Like the auction house getting removed. When I first started getting really into it was the expansion pack, Reaper of Souls. Is when I think I think when that got good, and then they did the seasonal shit, which is like the only reason people play it now. And so they did their thing. There's another fucking huge one that I'm not thinking of, but it doesn't really matter. Point is, this is like the trend. Like a game comes out and it's like, oh, maybe it'll do the Division thing or the Diablo thing and get good eventually. The Fallout 76 is continuing to prove that that's not always the case. And they're like the only ones I can think of that just can't seem to fucking get it done, other than Anthem, who did just announce, I think, did we talk about this last week or not? They are doubling their efforts on that game, and they're going to try to basically redo it.
Are they really? Did they announce that? I didn't see that anywhere.
Yep.
It's probably because I blocked it out of my brain.
Yeah, I was going to send it to you, but then I was like, who gives a fuck about Anthem? But I think in the context of this conversation is interesting, because like even there, like, we're going to fucking do it. And it's like shit games don't die anymore, you know? Like, we're just going to fucking resuscitate them until they're good.
You're going to have to listen to that thing I sent you from the Internet Historian about No Man's Sky, because the way that they did it was so right. So after their launch and their failure and stuff like that, and they just got shit on, he had all of the stuff emailed directly to him, and he started making like these charts, right?
Yeah.
And so nobody else got emails, nobody else saw stuff, and he blacked everybody out from seeing like media, social media, everything. He told them to stay the fuck out of it. And he directed it all to himself like a fucking crazy person, and he analyzed it, he took all the data, and then he started making all these lists and all these charts and stuff like that.
I just imagine him like Charlie in the mailroom from It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, pretty much. With his like fucking charts and the yarn and shit, just
he's
fucking
like,
everywhere.
Who is
like,
Peter Hoffman? He doesn't exist, I tell you. I walk past him every morning, Charlie. What the fuck are you talking about? But
yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be like that kind of shit show, and like he did that, and they didn't talk to the media ever for like a whole week, and then they finally said, we've heard your complaints, and we're gonna do everything that we can and within our power to fix it. And that's exactly what they did. And in fact, I need to reinstall it so I could play it again, because they just had a huge patch like 3 weeks ago, and it's like apparently the best one. And so now I need to give it another try, because like I didn't like it last year, but I didn't play 3 patches, I realized. So I'm gonna definitely try to give it another go.
That's cool.
But yeah,
there hasn't been one that I was into. Like, this is all sort of just observing
from the outside.
Yeah. Like I don't
That's fair.
I don't have the experience of like being really let down and then coming way back. Another famous example was Final Fantasy 14.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, games are doing this all the time. It's crazy.
It is crazy. I mean, I guess everybody loves a good redemption story, you know?
That's true. And it's just wild that it's like the norm to not let your game, like, it used to be such a thing, like, just push it out and then get to the next thing. Like, hopefully we sell enough to do the next thing. And it's like, there's sort of this conviction that's like, no, we have this vision and we are going to make it happen. And most of the time it's working. There's so many shocking steps to this redemption arc for this many games, you know?
Yeah, no. I mean, good on the fucking, you know, people to keep at their game and like not give up on their art.
No, it's awesome.
At the end of the day, it's like, it is your art and you want people to see it the way that you wanted them to see it. And I don't know, it just kind of makes me happy.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree.
But well, so downers here.
Daughters?
I guess downers, like bad things, sad things.
Oh, downers. Okay. I just said daughters. So I was like, I don't have any. It's not mine.
Ubisoft is suing a bunch of people right now. Multiple people are being named in this lawsuit because they DDoSed Rainbow Siege 6 servers. Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah, Rainbow Six Siege servers. And I always fuck it up. I always want to say Rainbow Siege for some fucked up reason.
Yeah.
But so Ubisoft has filed a lawsuit in California court, and they named a bunch of people, and some of these people are not even in the U.S.
Oh.
Just because they were DDoSing, and they're not the first people to do this.
Yeah.
Like when WoW was getting hardcore DDoSed by like China and stuff like that, they sued them, and then China had them fucking arrested. And like during the fucking classic launch,
yeah,
they were getting DDoSed. And a lot of the people were from China, and a bunch of people got arrested.
Wow.
It was like super fucked.
I mean,
but like,
good for them, I guess.
I mean, kind of, yeah. It's just like, don't fuck with people's, like, I mean, it's not only, at the end of the day, the customer is the one who's getting really fucked at the end of the day, like the person who's trying to play the game.
Yeah.
But you're also fucking with these companies' money makers and these servers, because like there's drop boxes and like loot cards and stuff like that. Yeah. And if people aren't playing the game, then they're not going to make any money.
Yeah. If it's a shitty experience, no one's going to want to play it. Like they're destroying the product.
Right. And they're destroying the product. So I kind of understand why companies are doing this more and more.
Yeah.
It's just interesting that somebody else is doing it now.
I think
like, usually it was Blizzard.
I don't know. I honestly, this is the first I've really heard about this or thought about it, but my gut instinct is they should probably have legal repercussions for doing these type of attacks.
I mean, it is technically a terrorist attack. Like you're fucking attacking, or it's like property damage.
Yeah.
Depending on like
it's like profit loss or something. There's some fucking jargon behind it, but like just from a philosophical standpoint, like it's a fucked up. There's no universe where that's a cool thing to do.
No, it's fucked.
Yeah, it's terrible for everyone involved.
Right, like I don't like hackers and I don't like cheaters and shit like that, and like this is just like another super fucked up form of that.
Yeah. Like where if I can't play, nobody can play.
Nobody can play.
What?
I don't like you, and I don't like you playing that game
I'm
anymore. So
taking my ball and going home.
Yeah. But speaking of lawsuits, so Crytek's lawsuit is suing, like,
I forgot about this.
So this is so Star Citizen has been using CryEngine, and Crytek's decided to sue them over how they're using it, and it's just really kind of weird, because like, first of all, didn't they give them the engine? And now they're like, we don't like you using it anymore?
Yeah.
From what I was understanding.
Okay.
And it's just kind of fucked up. This just recently happened like a couple of days ago. But, so CIG is demanding that this is just like, this is fucking stupid. We demand that you drop this. And like, Crytek is saying that you drop this against, CIG. There we go. Other way around. And that it's just stupid, and that they were allowed to use this engine, but now that the company's going back on it, I don't know. I don't know if this is actually going to go to court, since they just filed this.
Yeah.
But at the very least, their CIG is requesting a release of $500,000, basically. At the very least, that's all they're asking. But they have until, I think, February to respond to this whole fucking bullshit. It's just really fucking weird. It's like, why would you give somebody this engine and say that they can use your engine, and then they're like, no.
Yeah, I don't know the details of it, but like if it was under like specific pretenses, I could, like, if they broke one of those rules or something, but I don't see any of that in this article, so I don't know if it's not true or it's just not publicly available. I don't know, but there has to be some reason that they believe they stand on legal ground here.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just really weird.
Yeah. I mean,
But
Crytek's not doing that good. What do they have going on right now? It's like leasing out their
leasing out their fucking
license
engine.
and engine and what else? I mean, I've been playing Crysis, but that's not earning them any money.
I mean, pretty much. So,
didn't they? Yeah. They made their own. Do you remember this? They made their own. I haven't thought about this in a while. They made their own fucking cryptocurrency. Do you remember that? Called Crycoin.
No.
Yeah, it was dumb as shit.
Oh,
they were gonna use it for like in-game purchases and shit like that. It was so dumb. I hope they drop that shit because it was the stupidest fucking idea.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
So the currency would have its own market and everything? That's fucking
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
Gross, cooties. Fucking shit like that makes me so fucking angry. But I don't think we'll get the full details about why they're suing them. Until like this actually does go to court.
Right.
If it doesn't go to court and they like settle out of court, whoever's paying who will probably get some more information.
Yeah.
But
we'll see how it goes.
Anyway, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
We will see. Is that it for news?
Mm-hmm. I think that's pretty much
That's
it.
it. Okay.
That tickled my fancy anyway.
Yeah.
Besides all the fucking game of this 2020 year of the delay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's sad. But hopefully they come out better. Otherwise, we're going to have to spend an entire year while they're out making them better. And having the devs apologize to us on Twitter.
They fucking better. They better tell me I'm sorry and I'm breathtaking and etc.
So we talked about having like picking games for each other. Have you thought about a game that you want me to play?
I've thought of two.
Okay. I'll commit to one.
And you already mentioned one.
Okay. Inside?
Okay, 3 maybe.
Oh, God damn it.
I'm just going to throw them all at you, and you can play whatever the fuck you want. I think you should beat the messenger.
Okay.
I think you should definitely play Inside.
Okay.
And then I think you should play the last two episodes of Half-Life 2.
Oh, I'm gonna do that anyway, but I'm not even gonna write that down because it's like that's definitely I'm doing it already.
Okay. Because then you can understand the pain that the rest of us have been for the past 13, 12, whatever years since it was released.
Okay.
And then you'll understand why I hate cliffhangers.
I mean, I haven't really had to deal with cliffhangers.
It's going to make you mad.
I think you overestimate my...
It's going to make you mad.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Tune in next week when Bunny's wrong again and refuses to admit it.
Fuck you, mister. Okay, what games do you have for me?
Yeah, I didn't really think about it that much.
Wow.
So I might change it literally tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But the one that sticks out right now, I don't think... Oh, shit, maybe you have played this. Have you played Nier Automata?
No.
I think you should play that.
Okay. It's on my list. And, like, my friend bought it for me for Christmas. And he's like, here.
It hasn't been spoiled for you or anything, right?
No, I have not watched anything of this game.
Yes, you have to play it.
I know. He's
okay.
He's like, I want you
Listen to this, all right? I don't know what your friend told you. I don't know what your relationship with that friend is. It doesn't matter. Think about who I am. Imagine that. Close your eyes and think about everything you know about portz. And think about whatever abstract vision you have of the anime robot maid game.
Yep.
How do those things connect?
I don't know. He told me to play it because it's gonna make me cry. So you don't have any emotions, so it's very interesting that you played it.
I have emotions. How dare you? It's a very good story. And I loathe anime and anime-looking shit.
Oh, yeah, you do. I forget this.
I still really like this game. I think it would probably make a top 20 list if I made one.
Oh, wow.
Of all time. It's so good. Anyway, that's my game for you.
Okay. I was planning on visiting that one next week. Sekiro and
I was gonna pick Sekiro, but I haven't beat it yet, so maybe that should be one that we both beat this year.
Oh, we both beat this year for sure.
I can't commit to it next week. Obviously, that's a little ridiculous, but
I mean, I could start it because I have ADD, right?
Yeah.
And like me bouncing around, that's why I play so many games.
Yeah.
Like I could play a game for like an hour, and I'm like, I need something different, and then I'll switch games, and then I'll go back.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I just need something that makes me feel a little bit more alive after Inside.
Yeah, don't play it right after that.
Oh God.
So here's a little thing. You don't have to do it. I don't think you own it or anything. So take your time or whatever. But you were talking about Hotline Miami, and I haven't really played much of that, but I like that style. And there's a game called Mr. Shifty that plays exactly like it, but you have like this super fast dodge power thing. It's like it plays out very, very differently, but it follows that same, like, you get hit, you die, trying to like solve these room puzzles of like how to get through and shit. And it was really fun. Okay. I think the music is a lot less good, but the game is to me was more fun.
All right, I'll check it out. Because, like, I want to play more Hotline Miami, too.
Yeah. I wouldn't prioritize it above that, but maybe when you... Oh, yeah, that's right. You can teleport. Yeah, that's what makes it cool. Yeah. I thought it was like a fast dash, but you can literally, like, go through walls and shit. There's some complicated shit that happens in that game.
Okay. I'll check it out. All right. Well,
that'll about do it, huh?
Portz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where can people find you?
On the internet. Twitch.tv/TheRealPortz. Twitter @TheRealPortz. Online at ignorethebacklog.com. And on Twitter again at ignorebacklog. Where can they find you, bunny?
They can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch at Evil Space Bunny.
Nice.
That me.
I mean, nice.
Oh, God. Are we going to talk like that for the rest of the day?
Can you? Yeah.
I don't think...
Do it.
Okay. No. Oh, my God, I can talk like this. Can I talk like this for the rest of the day? Is that okay?
I gotta go.
Okay, that sounds good.
Thanks, everybody, for listening.
Good luck, everybody.
Oh, God. What did I start?
Good luck, have fun, don't die.
Oh, can I start killing myself right now?
Google Hunky Dory right now.
Okay. Hunky Dory.
What's it from?
Originate. 1866, American English. They're making this shit up. There's no way we have documents from 1866 or before.